Hello, is getting a data engineer job is complicated in 25. You're hearing the lot of thoughts from the people to learn Python or SQL. Are you confused which one you should pick up? You have tickets of experience in IT and data world. Still you confused what to learn in data engineering? Where to start? Are you planning for a transition of your role and then still you confused where to start? If you have all these questions in your mind, this video is for you. I will walk you through a step-by-step guide to help you to build your data engineering career in 2025. Welcome to Vijay Tech Talk. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I highly recommend do so to stay updated with real-time data engineering tech stack that can boost your career in 2025. Let's talk this strategy. To get a job in data engineering, you must know the below are the skills. The number one, either you should learn SQL or Python. SQL and Python, very fundamental and basics for data engineering. Number two, you must have a knowledge of any one of the distributed technologies, either Spark or Snowflake or BigQuery or AWS and many more. We have plenty of technologies available to distributedly process the data. My personal recommendation? I would prefer to learn Spark to process the data. Number three, knowledge of orchestration. The orchestration part also essential for data engineering role. The orchestration, we call it as the scheduling job, the right number of compute power to pick up to process your data. And I would prefer Databricks is the widely used technology. Schedule, orchestrate the data or ADF, one of them. Among these you can pick up. Still we have plenty of the tools available in the market. 4. This is very essential for the data engineer. Mostly the data modeling and data quality is taken care by architects, data modelers and technical advisors, technical leads. But having a knowledge on this part is very, very beneficial for you. I would highly recommend you to learn, at least gain a basic knowledge of what is data modeling, how to control the data, what is the data quality. And if you learn this, definitely this will help you out. Next, the most important part is portfolio. The portfolio, how to build a portfolio. The whys is actually that what is the use of this portfolio, the how this will play the vital role in your data engineering career. Whatever you learned so far, just use all these technologies. Just build at least one real-time project where you can showcase your skill to the interviewer. And the last one, but not least, it's very essential. This one for getting a job, personal branding. The personal branding is very, very essential, that how you can personally, you brand yourself, whatever the technologies you know, whatever you learned so far. How to showcase your technologies, your skills on a social media platform, and how you can exhibit your skills across the multiple different types of boards and channels. The personal branding is very, very essential to get a job in 2025. Stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, I would highly recommend you to do so for latest updates in real time. As I said, if you avoiding a school is pretty much avoiding your career in data engineering, as I said, it is very, very essential. So the fundamental skills must have to begin your career. So I would recommend you, if you are a beginner, I would recommend you to start from West 3 School's SQL tutorial. This will give you the fundamentals, concepts of SQL, and also basic understanding of each component. If already have some experience, some tenuity with the SQL, I would recommend you to do some practical real-time interview questions. You can check out these two. I will provide all these links. In video description. You can go through it. I would personally recommend. This is very, very beautiful. And here you will get all the real-time use cases. Here, let me show you. Here you have a Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. See Tesla, that what sort of questions they are asking. So Microsoft, Visa, capital C, all topmost companies, whatever they asked during the interviews, snapshot you can see everywhere. The SQL is there everywhere, right? All the companies they are using. That's why I highly recommend you to first learn the SQL and then do practice with these two resources. Okay. And I personally recommend you to more concentration on these areas. The focus on these areas: joint aggregations, common table expressions and CTEs versus subqueries and views versus temporary table, how to create a temporary tables and window functions. And most importantly, just try to understand rolling calculations. These rolling calculations are very essential for the business. So knowing the SQL is one part, it is everybody aware of it. The SQL is very powerful in the data engineering world. But knowing the fact that there are some limitations with the SQL, right? But then how to overcome those limitations? Is there any alternative? Yes, we do have an alternative. We must need some lightweight programming language to work on this one, like either one of these, like a Python or Scala. Any one of these, you can pick it up and you can able to process the data, do the transformations and aggregations. Everything is possible with these two. That if you have not worked on the programming world, if you are new to the programming world, I would highly recommend you to start with Python programming. The Python is very lightweight programming. It is easy to understand this one, and Python. It is very faster and very powerful. Pretty much both are similar, but type safety, if you want to more precise kind of a programming skills, I would recommend you to go with the Scala. So if you are a beginner, I would recommend you to start with W3 School's Python tutorial, and you want to brush off your skills in the Python. I would Geeks for Geeks, like in a Python programming. Here you have all real-time examples and programmings and different type of programs you have. Okay? And I would personally recommend you to put more focus on these concepts. Try to understand data types and data structures loop, what is Python and how to orchestrate. Orchestrators and interactions with the REST API. REST API calls in Python to create UDFs. And most importantly, once you're coding, everything is done to test your code, whether it is properly functioning or not, it's meeting your requirement or not. The unit testing is very essential. Then if you know all these things from my side, it's a bonus tree for you. I will soon start a real-time Python tutorial series on this channel. It's a free of cost. I would highly recommend for each one of you, subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss it. Very soon we are going to start the Python series. The next one, now you are comfortable with, let us assume you are comfortable with SQL and Python. Then what next? As I said, you must know the one of these technologies, the distributed compute. How distributedly you can process your data, either Spark or BigQuery and Snowflake and so on. Synapse, many more technologies are available in the market. Here I have listed out widely used technology in the IT world. So if you think of back in the 20s, right, to initially the big data ecosystem like in Hadoop framework, they have introduced to process the data distributedly. Like earlier, before the Hadoop, we were relying on the single compute machines. Like where we are just partitioning ourselves, we are just chunking the data and processing the data and transforming the data relying on the single VMS, single nodes. We have a distributed fashion, the processing the data and all right. So after the Hadoop, many more frameworks, many more technologies, the powerful technologies, the parallel processing, the many more machines they have started, isn't it? This is what one of these, Spark is widely used technology. That's why the Spark is so popular. The people are used the Spark widely because it is a more popular than the Hadoop, and distributed parallel processing as a powerful compute machines to process and transform your data is not it. So now I would recommend you to, as I said, I would recommend you to learn the Spark is very, very, very important. If you are not comfortable with the Spark, one of the distributor compute machine, you can go and start with that. And now the modeling and data quality also very essential. But mostly this modeling and data quality taken care by team leads or data architects or, technical architects. And those are the people mostly they use to design the model. And also they will look into the strategies of the data quality also. But I would recommend you to get some knowledge on this area as well, so that this is very, very useful for you when you're working as a data engineer. So next, the most importantly, as I said, you learn all these way, you learn all the technologies, try to build a one real-time project or work on a one real-time project. So the same thing, you can show that one into your portfolio. Whatever you have done, we have a full end-to-end real-time project on this channel. If you haven't watched that video, which is available in our videos in our channel, you can go through it end-to-end Fabric Azure data processing project, the real-time project. I can give you the link in the description below. You can look at the screen of the same codes you can watch. It's a 2 hours of course, almost 2.5 hours of course. and you will get the more insights how to process the data end to end. Now the last one but not least, this is very, very important. You got some tenuity with the data engineering career and you are lacking of branding yourself, then it's very difficult for you to get a job in 2025. That's for sure. So what I would recommend you to just gain a solid experience on, as I said, that get a solid experience on your portfolio. Just work on the real-time project. Then what you can do is create a pictorial representation of your profile in LinkedIn and go to the each section and try to give as much as you can, and also build a genuine relationship with all the LinkedIn connections and get a more connections into your network and connect the hiring managers, recruiters or peers. And also start engaging with the force wherever they are sharing the force, which relevant to your roles, which relevant to your skills. And I always recommend you to react on that and post your comments, your thoughts, and so that the people will come to know that what is your skill and your potentiality in the data engineering world. And before you ask anyone to refer for any of the opportunity, that I would recommend have a formal conversations for a while, then go for, and then you can ask them for refer for the any opportunities which is popping off in their bin. Now I hope you got some insights how to start, where to start, when to start, how to approach a people. Now what I conclude here is that getting into a job in 2025 is tough. The job market is challenging nowadays. But remember one thing, the great engineers and great startups are built in tough times only. Do not forget this. Stick to this roadmap and you will be way ahead of the curve. Definitely. I will promise you, if you follow this one for the next 3 months, at least not in a day, in a week, 5 hours, if you spend your time, definitely you will reach to your goal. What do you think? Is it critical to learn in data engineering today? Did I miss anything? Let me know in the comments. Please share this with your friends and on LinkedIn. If you find it helpful, see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.